Today, we want for lay na table the incident we happen na Connaught Hospital. That's something we be done pass. I believe say a lot of we don't get to rumors about the thing we pass or whatever. We don't listen Radio Democracy 98.1 when an interview was being conducted on the stance with the Junior Doctors Association of Sierra Leone been take. So for today, the government of Sierra Leone think say they should apologize for waiting be happen on that day. I don't know if you go say you not been here, but make we start this way. This now waiting the Junior Doctors of Sierra Leone then be issue after the incident we been happen. And the one that we familiar with the incident we happen, they say na Connaught Hospital. I think we come here go work at the one time where the place be there in real filth. The place dirty because waiting do the cleaners them be there on strike. For one reason, the president, top officials, for visit Connaught Hospital. So instead of the management of the hospital be able for get dialogue with the cleaners them with they on strike for clean, then go bring a different company for can clean. So some misunderstanding coming between the company we come, the new one, and the old cleaners them. Then within that one day I be just on the side. Within that one day, another one happen where we say a doctor we don't deal with one or two times now, where she's kind of vocal, where they talk things them way it feels say really not they go right na the medical field. It be one pull in phone for record. Or it begin for record. Well, now they didn't say enough for record, then now the phone issue come on. Apart from this incident now what they can deal with, this is one thing where Sierra Leone police, the military, people in authority, they don't like for video, for take out your phone for video. If you don't follow social media, you go see boku things and we don't happen about people for video. Because when you video, it go viral on social media. Yes, so they hear the voice notes them will not make any sense, so people and they pull out there. That one day it's yet for another day, you know. But this one exposing something we cannot be there in field. Doctors and nurses, them, some other people and we don't talk about time, say, oh, now so the hospital they not correct and all them things then they. But now because a visit is to be made, and say make them count different, they not talk to the people who be they do where they on strike, then say make them count different people them. Okay? Let me I go through now waiting the junior doctors them young press release being say. Things in a for start first. Eh? This now the 13th of April 2021. It say the Junior Doctors Association of Sierra Leone, then press release. They say in the early hours of the date now be the 13th of April 2021. They say the Executive Junior Doctors Association of Sierra Leone, and then we get information about an unfortunate situation where happened at Connaught Hospital. Usai one by the female members, them be physically assault them by Uda, then claim say the permanent secretary, the chief medical officer, and the deputy minister one of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. Is somebody listening? Again, these are the people that assaulted the female medical, the female member of the junior doctors. Then claim say the permanent secretary was involved, the chief medical officer, BDD, and the deputy minister one of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. These are the people. They say this event is very frustrating and it shows the continuous disrespect by the officials then within the Ministry of Health and Sanitation towards the medical practitioners across the country. Again, they say the Junior Doctors Association of Sierra Leone Executive and a membership, then they follow the matter keenly, then they take time watch and better one. Waiting do because they say it is worth noting that the said assaulted member don't be very dedicated and proactive in discussing matters concerning healthcare in Sierra Leone. Just like what I be telling you earlier on. And say it's important for make the public also note say despite the deplorable condition and the dirty will be then a corner to hospital and other facilities them around the country, doctor they don't continue for work and serve the public with commitment. And say it's unfortunate that authorities them way for mitigate, way for bring together, make them dirty business the way they happen so now them facility are end. Then what thing they do? Then they can add salt to injury. I read from the press release from the Junior Doctors Association Nasalone. They say the executive and the members of the association, then they request for the permanent secretary, the chief medical officer, and the deputy minister one for the immediate resignation because the members then not feel safe and confident working with authorities where they violate the fundamental human rights of its people. Will the listeners also? Alright. So what in they say? They say with immediate effect. Let's now be the 13th day of April 2021. Alright? With immediate effect, the Junior Doctors Association across the country then go lay down their tools until appropriate actions is taken about the assault and the working environment. When we say cleaning at Connaught Hospital, water supply at PCMH Hospital is improved. Okay? This now waiting the junior doctors then they tell we. Signed, Dr. Eunice Jallo, when I am the president for the junior doctors, and the Secretary General of the Junior Doctors Association as alone, when a Dr. Joseph G. Conte. That is signed. Okay. This will be the 13th day. Now, then police press release after the incident. Then pull the press release. Okay? Salon. Within na be your own expectation after you don't follow all within social media be done they talk about this particular issue. And the junior doctors them then say resignation for take place. In Sierra Leone, resignation for take place. Other than they say for resign, and say the permanent secretary, the deputy minister one, and the chief medical officer, because then see them people there are they involved in the assault. So their members them not feel safe walking around these people. But again, for make the permanent secretary go in that kind of manner, in all left do the chief medical officer himself jump for joining. In all left do the deputy minister himself jump for joining. Hey, this is serious. So waiting exactly then be the try for protect. Now the office or then just the try for feel so you know waiting. Let we keep ourselves safe. What do you feel say then they try for protect? I ask again. Waiting na be take. All right. The 13th of April, that thing they happen. Today, Friday, the 16th of April. How many days? How many days? Well, government of Sierra Leone self don't talk. This now waiting the government say. Government of Sierra Leone, Ministry of Health and Sanitation, 4th floor UU building, Brookfield, Freetown. Press release. Incident at the Connaught Hospital. Freetown, Friday 16th April 2021. The government of Salon say they want to apologize to the general public for the disruption of healthcare services na Connaught Hospital since Tuesday, the 13th of April 2021. Again, they say they want to apologize to the general public for the disruption of healthcare service na Connaught Hospital since Tuesday, 13th day of April 2021. They say they regret the unfortunate incident wey occur na the Connaught Hospital na Freetown as a result of a labor dispute. And are you listening? As a result of a labor dispute, and another one between the cleaners them, and another occurrence involving staff of the ministry. Another occurrence involving staff of the ministry. So that occurrence they now waiting. All right. If you want to know, I don't think. So you go hear from them. But this now waiting and continue for tell we. We want to assure the public and in particular those who have been affected by this incident that an independent body of professionals that's a load from diverse backgrounds will be constituted to fully investigate the incident and address the issue of cleaning at the Connaught Hospital and other hospitals nationwide. Okay. May I go over that passage there again, that paragraph there. We want for assure the general public, in particular, then want them where this thing will happen a connect affect by the bad one. For say, they don't try for get an independent body. And the independent body are now people away professional. Yes. People away professional. According to the junior doctors, is the permanent secretary not professional? Now the names that within are the junior doctor list that they call within the claim say do the assault. The permanent secretary is not professional. The chief medical officer is not professional. The deputy minister one of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation is not professional. Okay. Let's continue. But they want to assure the public and in particular, in particular, the one that were affected. The one that were affected. For say, an independent body of professionals from diverse background. They don't put them for fully investigate the incident and address the issues we then for Clean Connaught Hospital and all the other hospitals across the country. The public, the ministry want for a showna say their own commitment in Oben Ben, unflinching commitment to provide quality healthcare services to all citizens. Signed, Dr. Austin Demby, Minister of Health and Sanitation. Minister of Health and Sanitation. The way they see, he say, he want make una know say, their commitment for provide quality health care service to all the citizens in Oben Ben. How can we provide quality health care service to we people them? How can we provide health care quality bako pandoti or the dotinomics? Connaught doti. You say on flinch, their own commitment in Oben Ben, but who side the doti now come out? Who side the doti come out? Now me want know now. Now one way they say, their own. Who side come out? Let them show we. Because if Ben Bendy, then it's not correct. So today, now in this so, who do you feel say the ministry apologize to? Or you want make I go through that first apology paragraph back? We apologize to the general public for the disruption of healthcare service delivery. So they apologize to we. You accept the apology? Or you want to join the junior doctors them? Or you accept the apology? I'm like, well, just want to make a big deal out of this thing. And I just come on thing teeth and tongue can jam. And so you think, say, this is not teeth and tongue jam? Or this is way above teeth and tongue? Also, you get deputy minister. Of this ministry, we all tend the name they play. We don't get one of we own from the diaspora. Dr. Presidentbio, we will feel say, well, you can't fix things now the healthcare system. I don't know if you know, you don't find that the chair hit or hit the ground running. Also, hit the ground running. I'm not saying don't hit the ground running, no. Because if he hit the ground running, for don't they boku tin away for don't they happen. Well, we need them. We need them for step up the game and do it in ego able for do for we. We do. For today, on I get for beer with small, yeah? Because for one reason, the dollar internet the grey work for us. So now one kind internet now they perfect pan with right now. So on a beer we, yeah? We know say we all get thin for talk about this. But on this end now, yeah? Enough funny for we. But let's see how it goes, because we get complaint on the radio for say their interference, not like yesterday. Yesterday it been fine. But today enough fine. Now work safe grey work. Now we work. Now you go say he work no zuzu. Grey work safe. So on a beer with you. But we go try our best for make we come with we panelists them. Make we hear waiting then get for we for today. Like I said, we will become stronger. Now just ourselves just follow with the flow. Yeah? Now follow with the flow. Till we arrive with how they go. And for sure, we go get there. Back to the matter. We go bring Cam whose friend Kamara. Make we hear waiting whose friend get for we today. Welcome, whose friend. You get the platform, sir. Waiting you get for we.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and welcome again, Mr. AAA, for your effort, and thanks very much for all you done you do. And thanks and welcome to all the listeners and viewers. What me just get regarding this health issue now, cannot. Because we know, see, of course, the problem we really try for see there, of course, primarily like conflict of interest, and I ain't one day. But the conflict of interest, I try for look and say now more of a kind of a pressure we come out from outside. That was like a political landscape. That was they're not able to forget a level ground way. You get the healthcare providers, then you get the administration, and then you get the ministry. So the ministry we now the minister himself don't can't take am for the last 2 years from them governance time we then get for daily. You dey find out say he see some issue them where he been meet at the ground because he don't go work a day. But like I been say one time when he been go visit the when you work out, especially in a hospital, not like other areas there where you go see na farm. This na farm, it dey grow na for harvest. Then when I look, I go see the rest dey grow. That's feasible. But here na a tertiary place where initially that corner today for now is supposed actually for be a hospital wey like university hospital. And what I mean by that one day, that now like outside all the graduates where they don't get a commerce now, they get a grant they will have medical students. That's not in actually the place where they do like the practical or work placements. So now in then they look at say this are a model what they call a university hospital. That's one thing where them for them they try for the do. And then you they see again the administration with the inside the hospital because of the lack of recognition of the politicians, therefore, no say this is not only a tertiary hospital where we dey care for people, but na dey back we dey get people in the country for them go add up to the number wey we dey try for say we want for employ people, for we want for add doctors, we want for add nurses, them because na dey then all they do them placement. The one when at the branch there now, now the one like where they will be forced because some of them are they don't spread the SRN students them, when are the nurses them. Come to the doctors there, they say somebody they go in the camera that side. So that's at one point. Because they're afraid for that one, the administration waiting most say that they do. Then when the administration gets what they call the matron, the other 5 people, ward officer, all those people then they find out say coordination of the day where they will say now report issues that way we need they are desperate, not put them, we put it on a table to them and we make a follow-up where we when we receive them things they are there, we will know say we deliver them to the right sector. Then I wanted to therefore say that back right now regarding for say now if a patient they can at that hospital day being a tertiary hospital that it get forget specialties them. In other words, in terms of care given, it forget all general way for treat sickness from pikin up to grown up. That's like one aspect for that one day. But because most times you dey find out say when then they come at the hospital, the administration then they go with the idea say now a patient we come with a particular medical condition, it dey within we reach. What we for do? Let we refer them to another hospital. Let we refer am, let it go scan because we not get MRI. Let we refer am, let it go pay for this test and let it come back. Let we from this. So obviously that structure we did it, you know they call and then that moment we don't do for years, not for tertiary hospital. So that this is like when they need to try for tell them, make you go try look into because if they make a kind of a kind of conversation when you get na AYV, if they identify the problems, he said that these are going able to address in a very sensible way. But again, the problem where I detect, who say if or begin, kind of the question. So that they come back again to the administration, what did the administration will give? Will say that we lack, we lack. But again, because the culture of that referral, where you know will say we go able to look after this patient from A to Z. From A to Z, we able to come with diagnose them and then we admit them and then we look after them, say he go na host, he discharge. So because of that culture, then they and you go say everybody get intention. Either you go say salary, either you go say because of this, or you go say negligence, or the one day will not get the call to be a medical professional, especially the last the one the week the day next to the patient where the nurses. You might say this man issue. So because of the culture where you go see well, we will get forget we own small kekete, we will give you this, and then we say we'll get or we will refer them at this pharmacy that they sell this kind of medicine, or we link with them, or let it go to that place for dialysis, then we can admit them, we own dialysis will get with the function, but you know they do at a large scale. So all those culture don't they? So you will see say then they form a kind of a cocoon around themselves in the administration. They don't allow waiting, they don't say you get for day, what they get for no. And then the administration now, I mean, the governance side, one of the politicians there, they say we go blame say, well, they say go come, they can't see, but they not go able to see through because na kind of a syndicate they go there. But sometimes in the syndicate, there is a way to break that way for the syndicate. Then you, the politician, become inside so that you can put a different taste where the people and go see say, this that I don't put in place. Because if you not say the man you know get for refer again for dialysis or for go do MRI scan, now inside the hospital today, then you see say the structure is already developed. The people there are there for think of how are they for take care of now both the one day when they come for the care, where they will get the medicine where they need, and both the one day when they deliver the care, and overall the kind of environment where they for put. I will left that side there, then I come now exactly to the point we bring about this issue. Those are the things that we don't lack for long. They're not the structure. They get a clean environment because of the administration or try for call as different sector or contract of people that will get for do the cleaning. They're not paid there 14 months. Una don't know why they don't find out, but they're not able to know what thing they for put in place. Are we going to employ them? Or are we going to give this to the mayor? Then we give him the function, the capability for doing. Why I mentioned the mayor because the mayor is part of the hospital. And they do one or two things. They like the food and the other area of cleaning the linen. So if you don't say, okay, well, let me just add up a little bit. Let me give the income where the woman need for let it go doing expenditure towards that thing there. Or if not, let me leave that. Let we go there, let we go do and back. Let we try put in place this. Because the clean environment, like in they start up with everything. So that alone don't make Uda again with the inside, they were not placed. The doctors were not placed, the nurses they were not placed. The one day when they don't get they give the contract for they not pay, they not pleased, there's not a strike. Then you get the one day when the contractors there, where they don't pay there, they want to find a simple shortcut. It become a bit complicated. So you therefore see say now when the incidents come where the man therefore comes in, now can resolve this issue. Because I go cut it short, where like the one way people like therefore go clear as volunteers, and then the one day one of the contractors, because they don't want to let the place clean, so that they go try pay the one day where they need for pay, the way they want for pay there, because they don't strike. So it become a kind of a pull and push, a pull and push. So, but the point here at the time for create, when that minister come, any deputy come, they begin to go around. There are people and they clean. There are people and they try for throw stones against them and not clean. The one they who are contractors and they throw stones, and the one who can volunteer. The woman no go like the situation. Then now you come per code of conduct. Say the woman not supposed actually for come out, he can take a video. But you give a look at the steps when lead down for let it go there. So you see again another complicated point again of the decision making of the woman for go do one of the junior doctor, that lady, we go for go try for get a video of that incident day. You go say because she was not pleased, others were not pleased. But you go take her on the other side and say it is not professional for you for can snap. But again, if it's a public place, you get right for video. But the only limit, you know, go inside the world when they do a procedure. But this is within a public environment. And when a public environment, they do a video day, you get right, especially when not to something, when a privacy. Because not to the procedure, not to inside the world, like the environment. So already, that alone don't help the woman with video the thing. But when you come and code of conduct, you go say, no, you are not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in your ward attending to doctors. But remember, that woman, they not to doctor, not to ward ideal. She would have done a rounds. The office he gets. So you go have to find out if they get patient who left and where he come, or if they get person they in clinic where he come, for let he go can't do that one day. And that was the point where Mr. Delby they try for clarify say that na him make the people stop am because dem dey try for talk about the rights of how e dey for church person personally, especially a woman wey dem for try let dem go respect that country dey more and more and more. Instead of them from one incident to another, a woman they molest and they respect them. So the point is that the woman then they try for say them they take the thing and because they refuse for do and it's supposed for day in office for the work. But again, you go talk say this is not right. The one you go summarize it, the woman it do something because of something where we don't press her down for door. But when you look at the ethical part of it, you go say you're not supposed for snap, but the ethical part of it is not inside word where a procedure they go. But for me, I take that place as a public place, and the woman get the set then after I keep her, so they go give archives, and then they try for say the woman go for the inside in it. If them proof say the woman patient within that 10 day, then go able to get right for say, well, you get patient, you left her and they wait for you, you can't treat her. That is what them be the cry on. But I hope say they will come to a peaceful way because in the way I see him, the way you want to deal with him, you want to deal with him professionally, but you not just want to give rights to somebody who are independent one. You not just want to say he is sacked because as soon as the one they say he not go do him. He want for the diplomatic way. But it gets a big journey wherein now for cut it short, he say he don't give money. The money then for that water issue. And the other half them. When about 5 billion and one point something billion. Then they try for renovate now all are doing. I said they change the entrance, we enter one side now, that different side they enter. But only hope they will try look into the water, the electricity, and those areas will make that hospital become a university hospital and the name of a tertiary hospital where you go, you get holistic. From the time that they get belly, say the man they grow old. Those are the areas we even try for say, and those are the areas we are in challenge. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. And let God continue for bless you. And I hope them will settle and amicably let things go well. But there is nothing wrong with that woman they do. Now more of a kind of molestation. Let them try to think of how they will try to treat woman there. Thank you very much, and let God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Oswin. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome. Yeah, welcome,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
Well, that's now Oswin in your submission for today. We talk about the allegation we happen na Connaught Hospital. If you don't follow social media, trust me, I know so you must know one or two things. So we don't lay on a table waiting the junior doctors then say, and we don't also put on a table the government when I through the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, then your apology to the public. Make we come with Dr. Aisatuka Kejalo. Make we hear waiting in get for we today. Yes, doctor, you get the platform. Welcome.
Yes, hi, and good evening. Welcome back, and we happy for hearing back from you on the air, and we hope say the internet stays steady, and also we want for say thank you to whose friend. It's been a long one. We're not hearing from one another. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Ramadan Kareem. And we pray say everybody, with the fast this Ramadan, God give you the strength and all what it take for make we go fast in this holy month and give we the blessing of the fasting and also forgive we for we sins them. With that said, based on today's topic, it is disheartening and it's really sad for see what thing they happen now Connaught Hospital where it be say now we own government hospital where for help they with people that are the country and for make sure say the people that are the country get care. But unfortunately, hello, okay, there you know the other side. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so as I be they say, Connaught na a government hospital way for ensure say it clean at all times for ensure say people them where they go there, where they work there, then go feel say the care where then they provide, good care to the communities, then they provide good care to the citizens them. But unfortunately, what you would they see, say, that not they take place. So we really disappointed in something like this for say it dey happen na the country. And for also find out say, one of the doctors them believe, if I'm not mistaken, now somebody where they volunteer. Now most of them, because the last time I been cottage and now cannot, they volunteer in time where in the country for ensure say it give back to the country. And that not something where we for appreciate, but to find out say it try for do something where anybody can do now a public environment, then try for assault them. And it find it very, disheartening, in service we're not appreciated and they're not appreciated as a citizen, because if they try for voice in concern where it can to, waiting really, they happen at the cannot. And I'm sure many of we don't see how the hospital look like, how cannot really look like, because not to so we want for see we country, not to then kind healthcare then they actually see now the countries them where we they live in. And sometimes when we talk, they say, oh, don't compare Sierra Leone with overseas. We are not comparing, but we want Sierra Leone to be like what overseas is like for ensure say because that we know say we people in our salon deserve better than waiting and they get right now. And while I looked at video, while I sit down, trust me, I just felt like, how can we as Sierra Leoneans really come together, even if it take we different strategies them just for ensure say that place it clean, is free of them kind dirty then they, because if you can really clean the environment who say you work, then how you go and ensure say you they treat somebody for ensure say the person gets well. We all know say dirty it can bring about infection, other diseases them. So it really sad for see, we don't get a new ministry where for Kana for try for doing homework, look around the country, look around the government hospitals them and see what the ingo come with, as somebody we don't live na the diaspora or overseas and know how the healthcare system they run we can to, cleanliness, sanitation and all these different things. We dey talk about infection control. And if you cannot control infection, how can you prevent illness? How can you prevent diseases? How can you help your citizens to grow and become somebody and try to make a change in the country? But we really they call on again now, not just the Ministry of Health, we they call on the government for let them know say Connaught, Cottage, and all the different government hospitals across the country need help, need services, need money into them hospitals there for let we know say even if we forget new hospitals them, but the hospital then we'll get right now, we go maintain them, we go ensure say where people then they go there then get the care where they deserve. And the hospitals them we not get like imaging them where be say that not a concern to many people them, where be say sometimes you can see where then they either just give patient their medication rather than finding out what's really wrong with them by doing a imaging like a CAT scan. They see when they treat stroke patient them with some blood with some medication them where be say then they already assume say the stroke where the person get na hemorrhagic stroke. Not to all stroke na hemorrhagic stroke. You get about 20% when at that. Then you get the remaining all na where be say na due to occlusion or lack of oxygenation and all them different things. But how can you really find that out if you do not have a CT scan in the hospital or an MRI? We go do them kind test them. And they already tell patient and say, well, it no matter what's not the difference. If we do that, why not go use that money there and you do this, and this I they bring up because now something where I don't encounter with somebody where I know where the family member get a stroke, they did not do a CT scan, and I had to push for make sure say they do a CT. When we did that, you saw that residual finding say the person indeed been get a stroke, not to a hemorrhagic stroke. We'll talk about hemorrhagic, we'll talk about bleeding in the subarachnoid, or in the between the layers of the brain tissues them. But I they bring this up because we really they see some things and they happen. They go
according to standards. And in order for you treat somebody, you treat them holistically, you treat them with all the experience or the clinical skills that way you get for do different things for make the right diagnosis and make sure say you treat the person adequately. So now that I get for say tonight, because we know say internet now an issue, and we really do hope say we continue for the discuss issues in our country and for see how we go empower the one then at the ground, how we go change things in our country and develop we country for a better nation is Sierra Leone deserve. Thank you very much and welcome back.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallo.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, now that doctor gets for we today. Because of the internet issues, I tell we just not say now one internet we they use right now the $1 million internet they work right now safe. Now unsafe the in just day off. I don't know anything I'm going for say for that tomorrow. But for now, yesterday, I think he managed with small. Not so. Yesterday, he managed with small, but today, as we breeze be the blow just like say in one cam. Breeze be the blow like say in one cam. So it been tell like for say now that time the internet been getting shake. So I don't know now the breeze we can I don't go with her. But within a year. So for today, if you know the salon number, you can call them on WhatsApp or you call them direct. Anyone, one great number they use for today. But we'll try to solve that one, And I just be a wee small. One great number they use for today. We now the salon number 232-78-990-991. 232-78-990-991. If you want your voice to be heard, only spend boku time more till know it's an by chance. So make a sharp. If you want to be part of the program, you get opportunity now for call and be part of the program. If you just come in, we talk about waiting be happen at Connaught Hospital. Junior doctors they say they want resignation from the Deputy Minister 1, the Permanent Secretary, and also the Chief Medical Officer. That's what they say. They say because of that, then they lay their tools down. Because of dirty way be in a Connaught, video be one for video. I see a lot of people on social media, they talk say, the person in question not being a right for video because that job a day, so you not get right for video. And people they say, even who's within the diaspora, say within a job, you not get right for video. So if they fire you safe, okay. All right. 232-78-990-991 and the number. Here for be part. Or if you feel say we panelists and don't do good, we can lock an eye for now and maybe give me your own. Michael Coker say how somebody go work for 14 months without being paid. He say then workers 13 months ago. Then for we don't begin for strike. 13 months ago because waiting do then claim say 14 months. They not getting. That's what they say. But I know be say in a salon, na video, na the only way we will go able to solve the problem them. George Kamara, let me see if I can find that comment there again. Just Kamara say, he say neglect. Now what you sabi waiting for do, but deliberately not gree for do am. Either because you get something that you have to not correct, or you not feel good for the next person. It's a incompetence. Now when you not get any clue about waiting you supposed for do, so you're unable for perform your duty. You say when you look ping, both governments have been incompetent. I tell us, there is no justification for assault. They say that because he pull phone. Well, on I say the bridge don't begin blow back home. I hope say this other half internet instead no go. Because now this breeze na be the blow and a big one. Internet thing from where going okay again. They say you get right for video if any criminal activities they go on. Okay. Diana Saloon. Renata say yes. Heads for roll. Look out this caller. Yes, caller, your name and also the call from, please.
Yeah, my name Famoro Kuruma, the call from Libya.
Yes, Famoro, you get 3 minutes, sir. Waiting na you on this matter.
Well, me waiting me see them people they need for resign from them office, from them position, and be collect the authority and not them for be the last person for is an assault somebody. But when you still then do am so now that's go left again. And when you look at the video, AAA, the boy talk everything but then constrains the way then they go. Uda go in a saloon, you they work consecutively 1 year, 12 months, they not pay you. They still they force you for work. And I believe see the boy they don't make a false demonstration where they can talk to them, give them strong hope and promise. We make them continue for work. And from there they threaten them back now the background say if they not clean that particular .cd, then we cut span the money back. And then people them like waiting they don't work for, then they ask for, not waiting they don't work for it. Just like where you can talk to them, say salo right and all left, palo left and so. Now God no we will see them all through.
Thank you very much, Famoro. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and also the call from.
Triple A, this now Ibrahim had the call from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you for your voice again, long time. How Salome treat you?
And how they pan so.
Concern about them guys there, their brothers there, where they work now, cannot one of the cleaner there. I watch one video where I don't know if some people then they remember the tell where they say then they go launch the Lunge and airport. One guy they advertise about the polo there. So he go there with one lady. The lady, according to the video, he said, "Nah, that's where I come. I don't know if like England or America I come." So then go interview one guy, one of the workers there. He say, "What he make? No, they clean. No, they work again." The guy say because they no pay we. He say, "Now almost 12 months now." He say they no pay we. So they ask questions. Say, so if he say the strike, on the strike, and they make the government they pay now. The guy get for tell and say, he say, "Bo, he say some of we now will get our family members there. If he can't work up to 12 months, he no get pay." He say, "How you get for take care of the people?" And the other guy say, a woman where they cook right now, they get am food because He say he dey work no more, he no dey pay am. The woman no dey believe. Say he say he dey work, he no dey pay you, but why dey go work? He say now wey the woman dey cook, he no dey give am food for eat. So that all na bad name. Then the woman dey say, so right now if the government count other people for can't do the work, una don strike. So all the other people can say that 12 months wey dem owe na dem cut 6 months. Now you feel good. You know how somebody they say he come out diaspora, then people they complain about the needs there. You know, get empathy for them, get sympathy for them. They ask them kind of question and they, you know, the both past and current governments, they're all in the neglect the health sector in that country. But the problem now, where the minister then, the president, everybody, where they get access for commander salon can now oversee for can seek medical attention. And they make not care about the health system in that country. It's really sad. Thank you very much. May God bless you and God Master alone.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Yes, caller, your name and where you call from, please.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, I did live on air, sir. Your name and where you call from.
Hey, my brother, how you do? Good evening, good evening. Man, it look like say me I don't let you and I about
That's what it look like. That's what it look like.
But what you be saying now? We absolutely get a president. We completely incompetent. We not get president. We care. I mean, we see developing big countries like them where small thing happen. America we big so small thing they happen a small state. The president they come out a key speech. What happened in India? The president asked for let them fly the flag low. Not even if somebody die, but we they see things then they happen over and over. Now that country they we get something for do with the government, and we president not ever come out and speak or say something, whether not even a good thing or a bad thing. We don't see we say in your security they slap them, beat journalists until they broke their hand. They not say nothing. We don't see we say one of a minister publicly disrespect elected mayor. They not say nothing. We don't say now they say we say in a minister and they go and beat people. That's yeah, this guy completely incompetent. This guy now fufu with what I don't pass and then God can give way. This guy not supposed to be president, he not fit for be president, now only God know what in the give way. This guy not to he never behave like president. I mean, things that they happen at the country when he would look to like we own daddy, where something will happen at us, daddy talk, we begin to look. The guy never ever say nothing, whether an accident, whether an does that, nothing. This guy never ever talk. I don't even know why he work at the go and talk, but in 3 years, they ask for more time or let them get a chance for waiting. I wish maybe 3 years time. Let this guy just go. This guy just need for go, make in left wing. Let we end up, we the people of Australia, let we end up pick up the broken part and move on with real life. This guy not be supposed to be a president. He never behave like a president. He not a president. I mean, how you go see the your minister and where you elect, when you select? I mean, people know when you select, now you hire them. Then they cause of gross negligence. They disrespect doctors. You young bodyguard, they beat people. When are they for fire them right away? You need it well. You need to even talk safe. Like say you don't care. You need to watch TV. You need to listen to radio. You don't care. Because you don't already talk say this in Africa. Any sitting president pass anyone come out, in the come out. So I don't care what in the go on. I the win back. Crook means. God give we this trouble, as God go pull on our yarn. But this guy not a president. He not fit for be a president. Now that not me no more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
Hey, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Man, how do you man? How's alone, man?
Man, we're here.
Umar, no RTA, man. What I ask presidentbio, if you get any empathy for the auditor general, what he refer to, nothing left. Man, you not get no empathy for nobody in that country there. I hope so when I see that one day. You don't care. Then see when somebody go abuse a doctor like that, the president need for come on and set the record straight. You know, you need for come on right away and make sure say then they're not happy in that country. They're not even abuse a doctor or touch woman there. You know, but then they go on, you know, they say nothing. So instead they don't say that instead they condone the NTR. Instead they condone all the way they go on so. Because he say anything what they do so, then planner. So they're part of the plan, you know. Hey man, this Connaught business here, you know, we they take it as joke, but then people are then they destroy it, then they destroy it part by part, you know. Every department, then they destroy everything, the police, the judiciary, then they destroy everything part by part. And in the country now for them, so we not they pay attention, you know. We not they pay attention at all. Look the dirty way they na Connaught. It's so embarrassing. You get one whole ministry, they know they do nothing. Salon, we don't even get a place for go donate blood, you know. Then the president they say they want to build ultra modern hospital. Where the Connaught force where they are, when I take care of our force. Cottage, when I take care of them and then they force. Before you go build anything, fix the whole you get force. You know, fix the whole you get it, you want to go build other one. The whole you go build, who that they go there? Who that go there? But then, guys, they're not easy. They don't get any plan for that country. They're not the problem. And we don't get plan. You know, they're able to succeed in anything because you don't know what for do. Even how hospital go. The problem with Salon is only for pass law there, where we say they not by the minister, and not they go overseas for go take care of the medical needs. They all for take care of themselves in that country, then a Salon then they go begin care about the hospital. But where 10 rich number then grab then go. And they even get allowance for go overseas for go take care of the medical needs. Then they for cut off. They for cut all the allowance in the force. Let them stay in a Salon, let them go to Connaught to themselves. When they go there, they see that smell, they smell the thing in there. The next thing they go take care of the place. Then people are too pass mark, man. They do nothing for the country, man. They're too pass mark, man. But I'm your contribution, Andy.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, this is calling from US. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir. What's in your take?
The first thing I want to talk about whether this presidentbio fit or not fit, he was democratically elected at the ballot box. So let people left this talk about whether it's fit or not. The people elect him, and the people go pull and day. So if they don't want to go pull and day, but as of now, he's the president, whether we like it or not, you know. And this thing about resignation on these people, we do this assault on this lady, they're not going to resign, because not for the first time this you get officials, then they maltreat people or get into controversies we call for resignation. They're not going to resign. You know, that's my submission.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I think Ayon are the last person for today. You know, no one there for. Let me see if I miss any other person. No, I think see a few calls them will come in. Yeah. Ayon are the last person for today. Mike Ekoka say, you see, we're not able to maintain the few hospitals them where we get right now. So how we able to maintain the additional hospitals them? He say this is very sad. Mike Ekoka again, he say the least the president will do now for suspend all 3 people and we involved in the assault pending the outcome of the investigation. Even come say, he say presidentbio say all man corrupt in Salon. Okay. I think for now, let me just read one more. Okay. And then they left. Back to the matter. And it's very sad how things are being done in Sierra Leone. If you did take notice, let me just start from the fight against coronavirus in Sierra Leone. How the doctors then treat them and involve them in the fight. If you pay attention, you're going to see there is not much of a real medical field. Yes, we have them from the military, and that road didn't pass. From the military. But for say, like, the doctors from, it's how they talk. Watch, fine. It's like there is a form of neglect in the medical field. There's a form of neglect there. And this new Minister of Health and Sanitation, from the first day we come, now we talk, say, he gets a bokuna in plate for do. The hostility day, unless if you want for deny. But there is a hostile situation between, if not the senior doctors them now, not the junior doctors them now, with the government of Sierra Leone, if not through the Ministry of Finance, if not through the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. But waiting they go on underneath. Not correct. And all the after way they happen, now they boiled out where they turn to waiting where they get so now. How can a hospital like Connaught Hospital, the lefanti the doti? They want to tell me say nobody no be the same. They knew. Say now so it be the happen. They say the smell, the dirty and everything. It's on social media and all those things. So because a visit was about to be made, then Komona will go bring another cleaning company for can clean. We mean to say the one the way they don't owe for 14 months. Do you think they're going to pay them? Do you think they're going to pay them? I repeat this again here. Until we let for misuse people them at the medical field, we will never in Sierra Leone, under government, get any good service delivery medically. In every aspect we they talk about, if not the nurses them, then go say volunteer for PIN code. People then go they volunteer for years, they not go give them PIN code. Even within the strike, there was a time where the doctors then they say that they said they go get water for them, say that they say they clean their own immediate surrounding. And they say they do. Why? Because the one the way be supposed to do them, then they on strike. But Dr. Austin Demby don't tell we say they are committed, fully committed, for make we get a proper medical delivery na salon. How can we? Not to buy motto. If Dr. Austin Demby be really know waiting at the problem, if we don't hit the ground running, But the hostility wey dey between the government of Sierra Leone and the one dem at the medical field need to be addressed. If they no address am, the service delivery forever and ever abadan. And if the government of Sierra Leone fail to say e go dey use people no more for volunteer, they no dey pay them. Because of PIN code, in hopes for say one day you go get PIN code, so then they use you no more. Which kind of a service you feel say they go give? So they don't do ante to the nurses the way they volunteer. I guess they want the cleaners them back for begin get volunteers them. That's why they are not paying. But if the Ministry of Finance ready for talking just now, if they're ready for talking just now, okay. Oh. Mr. Minister, sir, I don't know if you don't know, but you need for, I know say where you come, you say the NGOs them were responsible for the medical fee for come on board and all these other, yes. But the hostility with the between the doctors them, either junior, senior, nurse. So nurse themselves not glady. Because they don't volunteer. PIN code not agree come out. Then just say PIN code not they come out. But salon? If the hospital where they go for women sick, pack dirty, agata, cockroach, chinch. What you they come out with? What you they come out with? I don't think so. We need disappointment from Dr. Presidentbio. There's a lot to be done. Please. This one where they say professionals, now they go do the investigation and all these things. It's nice. We want the professionals to do the investigation. And let's see how that one they come out. We don't have to judge you before 10 more. We don't have to judge you before 10. But let them make them quick. Because what happened to the doctor was wrong. For assault person in the name of, according to, if you listen to the interview, according to, say, now this thinking, wait yourself na social media. So you go post and they just know. Okay. Also go left all thing for today. Go there back tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, when money man internet go down green and the breeze go return and back. Because for today, let's way down. But to not be away. Yeah? We'll go there back tomorrow. Do you know we can do them on Saturdays? But for now, we'll try for play catch up. We'll try for play catch up. Junior Sabangwa, they ask, say Triple, what thing do we? You say what thing we really get in a salon? We good in order apart from corruption. We not get good medical facility, no good energy, no good water system, etc., etc. Musa Conte says, Dr. Stinebi, na just another talking. More $6 million for medical equipment given to UNICEF. Any information? No, it also not to big deal, but still yet we want to know. For more than go market for go buy. Titi don't know yet, Titi ne count. Judge Walker, they say with all the people where they work now the healthcare system, now the diaspora, the government for call on, they don't even need them for Judge Walker left. They don't build that gate, they don't build that barrier they first. They don't need them as a load. They don't need them here. They don't say, like in a doctor wait you come back in a salon, then get planned for you, then they wait till you can. Then they don't left and so there. But we'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Tomorrow, Triple say, ta-ta.